I'm feeling pretty patient today, so I decided I'd push something which I've been trying to make work for ages. It doesn't work very well. Lichlock is a real problem, or Lichlock, depending on how you want to read it. But the problem with Lichlock is it has no attack. Like in some ways, it's just like a nothing monster, and it's like, oh my god, it offers like two, three, four cards. When it gets destroyed, it's so amazing. But your opponent just ignores it. Like, it doesn't have Guardian. They don't have to hit it. It's definitely kind of a frustration. There are a number of different ways that maybe you could play around it. And I keep trying, but I think something that evolves to like 1-4, 1-6, 1-8. Literally, your opponent can just attack you and ignore this, and you're trying to kill it. Like suddenly it's on you. You're trying to get your monster destroyed, and suddenly like this is the wrong way around. Surely I should be trying to destroy my opponent's monsters. A monster like this, it's not offering a lot. The deck overall definitely has a weakness to, I suppose you could call it building slamming, but Guardian, Tree of Life, well tree, something like that. Guardian, well tree, Guardian, centralized orders, just anything where it's something like a massive HP. This isn't like an offensive deck. It's not very fast. But of course, I've got 3 copies of Lichlock. I've also got Horus. There is kind of a plan behind it as well. I also feel like Horus a lot of times is underwhelming for similar reasons. Like 1-4, 2-6. It's great at dealing with stuff on the board. Like it's really good at going wide and like burning if your opponent has a lot of monsters. In some matches though, like it's just this tentative game of cat and mouse where each of you is trying to deny, like leaving just like a nice stack of evolution points on the board that will allow your opponent to like accelerate, if you know what I mean. So a lot of the time Horus doesn't get much value, and it doesn't have high attack, same as Lichlock. Like I said, I will get around to it, right? I'm just going to quickly describe like the idea behind this. I keep trying with Lichlock. This is my most recent attempt. I haven't played this particular deck before, but it's got a lot of concepts and stuff that I've tried before. Draco Mage, I think Stasis is invaluable. It's kind of the opposite in some ways to Horus, where Horus benefits if your opponent has a wide board, but Draco Mage benefits in the opposite direction. If your opponent only has one monster, because the Stasis 2 is random, but if your opponent only has one monster, of course it's going to hit that monster because that's the only monster. Sometimes you just need the Stasis 2. Like if your opponent has, a Guardian on the board, or they just have a really crippling ability, even a Horus. Like if your opponent has a Horus on the board, and you can clear stuff and just get Draco Mage to hit the Horus, or give yourself good odds of hitting the Horus. Suddenly the Horus has no ability whatsoever, and it's just this crappy, like 2-6. Again, like something that has 2 attack and nothing else. Like no, like your opponent can just ignore that. So I don't like having 3 copies of Draco Mage because I don't think it's actually a good card. In terms of stats, like I think 2-4 is pretty poor. And again, like 2-4, 3-7, the actual attack of this card is low, but its health is high. It's just very good at neutralizing because a lot of people like to throw everything onto one monster. And Draco Mage is really good at just neutralizing one monster. So I like having 2 copies when I'm playing Mystic. Sometimes when I'm playing Zoo, but a lot of time when I play Zoo, I want to go on the attack instead. Pit Lord, I don't really need to talk about. You can see a theme here though, like 2, 3, 4, 5. It's more about, low attack, high, Geomega. A lot of people aren't high on Heroics. I think Heroics aren't that great. But I do think that if you can put them in your deck and you've got around 10 to 11 advanced monsters or less, I think you kind of have to put Heroics in because there's this situation, right? And the situation is you have your starting hand and you've got like nothing in it, like you've got nothing in your Cryocore, or you've just got like one monster, like you've got a Horus, right? So you put your Horus in your Cryocore, next turn the Horus comes out, and that's it. Like the rest of your monsters are at the bottom of your deck. At that point, you're not getting great use out of your Cryocore, and you're kind of in these awkward situations where you lose just because your opponent, just like keeps feeding the Cryocore. So they're producing like 2 monsters per turn, their default and whatever's in the Cryocore over and over again. If you've got a Heroic in hand, it takes your Cryocore 3 turns, right? But if that's the only thing you've got in hand that can go in the Cryocore, at least you're like getting like good use out of the cryo core. That's not a great way of explaining it, but I think heroics are kind of like a fail-safe. You really hope that you get your advanced monsters, but if the worst thing that happens is you get a bunch of random stuff and a heroic, at least you can put the heroic in the cryo core. I know you're actually putting your cryo core to good use for 3 turns. You know, and then it comes out. I still don't think, I don't think you get good value for your 3 turns of cryo core usage. Of course, I'd rather put in, like, you know, Horus Pitlord for those 3 turns instead of just 1 Geo Mega. But because of the situation and just efficient use of the cryo core, I think that's important. I still think, like, if you can, you should put heroics in your deck. 2 data banks. I'd like to put in 3, but you know, if the data fuses Pit Lords, we've got 5 stacks of Guardian in here, so we should be able to protect our data banks. That is the issue of data banks, right? Is if you can't protect them, if your opponent finds a way around them, you're giving up evolution points. Like, they're really just a sack of evolution points. They're so vulnerable, and people like to jump on these, so you have to be able to protect them. You know, 3, there's no way I could have 3 in here. There's just not enough protection, I think. Bid recycling. This kind of leads into things as well. You know what? I'll jump to the cannon at the end. I mean, it's obviously what it is. It's called, you know, like the deck's called cannon. But I absolutely love bid recycling. It's one of my favourite cards in the game right now. I seem to have this in everything. I just find it so incredibly useful. If your opponent's just playing like this silly cat and mouse game where you're both playing around foul play, I think bid recycling, so you can manage the amount of monsters you have on board while boosting your hand and making sure you've got like the weapons you need, the tools you need in your hand, so that you can have like a big turn things around, create like a really difficult situation for your opponent. I think bid recycling is actually really helpful. It seems weird, you know, a lot of the time, but also it plays into this. I should have talked about the default, but I'll talk about the default after. So bid recycling, because I love bid recycling and the ability to destroy one of your mutants, because of evolution points in this game, destroying one of your mutants isn't as bad as it is in a lot of games, you know, because your opponent destroys one of your mutants and their mutants evolve from destroying your mutants. Having stuff on the board is tenuous. Like, you definitely don't want like a fully evolved monster on the board that's like 7 attack, 3 health. You know, it's been chipped down a little bit and it's only got 3 health left, because that is just 8, 10, 12 evolution points. That's just a sack of evolution points. Your opponent kills it, suddenly they've got an absolute beast. You know, just the game reverses so quickly. Yeah, so because I love destroying mutants, I'm trying to push it, because I also really want Lichlock to work. I'm actually going to try mass cannon. You know, this is what the deck's about, kind of, is destroy a mutant to deal X damage. X damage is the amount of HP of the destroyed mutant. Horus, low attack, high HP. Lichlock. I mean, this is kind of what we want to destroy anyway, right? The Lichlock. Because they're not going to destroy it. We're going to destroy it. We're going to destroy it. Say that we only destroy it and it's a bronze, right? Bronze Lichlock, you draw 2 cards. Well, Lichlock plus cannon is 2 cards. So you are drawing neutral. You'll draw neutral if you do that. You attack with the Lichlock and then you cannon it. That's 7 damage. That's 7 damage from a Lichlock. Plus drawing 2 cards. So you fin your deck too. There are a bunch of other situations as well. For example, Geomega, right? Geomega comes out, attacks for 7, and then you cannon it. That's 15 damage. So Geomega plus cannon is half of someone's total health pool. Just 2 cards. You know, like, theoretically it's a strong combo. I don't know how it's going to work. I am very, very worried about the fact that our opponents could just slam down anything, and it is going to be really hard for us to deal with buildings. There's nothing in here to deal with buildings, really, but we've done the best we can with what we have, which is, say, we've got the explosions in here. Mass cannon itself, of course, because you get to you target the entity. We can destroy buildings with mass cannon. We've got the power orbs as well. A little bit, you know, like, we've got some pieces. We're doing the best we can to deal with buildings, but that is a concern going in. Yeah, as I said, like, Darwinism, again, I love it. Explosions, foul plays. This is all the stuff that you kind of see a lot. Genetic cycling. This is actually kind of most useful when you have nothing else but your Geomega. You put your Geomega in and then you draw one of your advanced creatures, because you're now locked out your Cryo Core for 2 turns. You might as well cycle it. So that tends to be the case. Into the Void, crowd, like, also Toxic Leak. I normally hate Toxic Leak because Discarding 2 cards makes me feel very, very uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm just obsessed with hand advantage, but when my opponent has like 8, 9 cards, I get very worried. It's not just in Mutants Genesis, just in games in general. I get very, very worried when my opponent has like a massive hand. And I get very, I feel very unsafe as well when I've only got like 2 or 3 cards. And I've run out of gas. And Toxic Leak. But how can you not take Toxic Leak when you've got so many different ways of destroying your Lichlock? Like, surely this is a deck designed for Toxic Leak more than anything. Like I said, I haven't played this specific iteration before. Like this deck, I just made it. I got back from work and I was like, I could play something that I know is going to smash. But I just feel like trying. I really want this to work. I really do. I've tried so much and I'm kind of similar to Howlosaurus. I don't like Howlosaurus because of the lack of offensive ability. Like, Squad just runs over Howlosaurus because it's like, oh, you get evolution points, it's so wonderful. Yeah, you get evolution points, but if your opponent is playing anything kind of that's greedy, or like, like a slow squad deck, or even just a building deck, something like that, you can be in such trouble. It can feel really, really uncomfortable. Oh my god. Do we want to put Lichlock down straight away? But we can't data bank then. Like, it actually feels like it should go the other way around. Yeah, but we have to do it like this if we do that. Because we could, of course, Pit Lord. Oh, okay, that's actually terrible for us. Yeah, okay. I didn't talk about Demon either. I actually hate Demon. I find it so incredibly inferior to everything, like the whole world. I think it's one of the worst, like, default generated mutants you can get. Why have I got flames at the bottom of the screen? Like, can someone explain that to me? Oh, we could have tried double Lichlock. That'd have been interesting. I don't hate this either. Yeah, why have we got red flames at the bottom of the screen? There was a patch today. Also, we're playing against Bug. I know Bug quite a bit. He's actually added me as a friend on Discord, and I think we might be friends on Mutants Genesis as well. But he's been around for a long time, and I'm sure he's got like an actual plan for his deck. Oh, he's got targeted shots though. Oh man. Well, Lichlock's looking pretty bad right now, right? Should we just play? Should we go into foul play? They've got nothing to foul play, basically. So we could absolutely just go into it. Yeah, why not, actually? Yeah, do you want to do that? Should we mass cannon as well? Yeah, why not? Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Oh, I'm so tempted. We get the card, so this works, right? But we're not going to draw a summon, so it's a bit rubbish. I suppose I could have summoned a creature here, and that would have been okay as well. I don't know. Humongous. So they're playing... Okay, I guess Bugger's like walked into a lot of greedy decks that have slammed down... Oh no. Bugger's just playing a random deck. Yeah, probably should have summoned. But it's kind of silly to play around foul play. Yeah, it was silly to play around foul play. I should have just summoned. Why put the orb on afterwards? I don't understand. But you've already attacked with it. Be honest, kind of confused. do it like this. Oh, it's not great value, is it? Yeah. We have to do it in this order as well, which kind of sucks. And that's not quite the way either. I suppose I could have Darwinismed, but I felt like that was a waste of Darwinism. I kind of want to keep my options just a little bit open here. I honestly don't think we can protect it though. That's the problem. I don't think we can protect it. 2 piercing. This has 5, right? Oh, it only has 4. That's not bad. Well, we used the cannon early, right, to get rid of the Guardian. But we probably really should have summoned, like, foul play, but we don't have a lot of value on our board. So that was a misplay on my part. I prefer... Oh, okay. Oh, wow, they're just going for me. Okay. I'm not sure about this. I think this is a mistake. I actually think this is a massive mistake. Oh. Are we just going to go for it, though? I kind of want to play around their thing. Just a sec. This is 2, right? Produces a 2. Yeah. Again, probably a mistake. I could have used explosion. I'm not doing too well here, am I? Hopefully this goes on the Horus and then we can Darwinism just for some extra damage. Then again, I mean, we already know... No, we don't actually. It could be a 2-turn. That's true. Do I want to date a fuse? No, because they're trying to rush us down. They'll probably attack us directly then. Oh, wow. I haven't even seen this before. 2 damage, -2 attack. Wow. What's it on though? It doesn't go anywhere though. Isn't that a waste? I don't like that either. I don't... I actually don't... No. I think they've played that all wrong. Super really wrong. How much damage? 2. But I'm only going to go up by 1 HP, yeah. Do it like this, I guess. Yes, hardly inspiring, but... Do you actually want to attack here? Yeah. Because they're going to deal 2 damage with her anyway, so... This at least kind of... I'm surprised because they started by rushing us down, but now they've just stopped. So they, you know, they were hyper aggressive, but now they're being like really, really passive. I just don't quite get it, you know? Like, what are you achieving here? I don't know. This isn't. I guess this isn't quite how I'd handle it, but it's not really up to me, is it? I mean, we can just summon another thing, right? I guess they don't have a lot of cards. I don't know. Like, they've got no hand at all. I just don't... I don't think this is correct. There's no way this is correct. They've got one card in hand. If not now, then when, right? If not now, then when? Well, they can't... Oh, they could Toxic Leak, I suppose. But even a Toxic Leak, like... We're now only worried about them rushing us down, and that's about all they can do. It's such a weird deck. You know, it's... I guess Bug was trying something. But he could have killed us. Well, no. He could have gotten very, very close to killing us by now, you know? We've actually kept our Data Fuse in hand this whole time. Just kind of waiting for, you know, like something to happen. But what is this? Like... I'm trying to keep the Data Fuse for like a key turn where they suddenly put on pressure. Because 10 health is very, very kind of low, but... You know, there's not a lot they're offering. Surely you attack our core. Yeah, like... Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe he's distracted or something. I haven't really been impressed by anything they've been doing so far. This is... You can do better than this. Come on, mate. So we need to look at their discard. They only discarded one card, so they threw the zombie. And now they're foul playing. So they have nothing to put on the board right now. They're collecting cards for one big turn. No. Ooh, okay. How do I want to handle this? I could piercing damage, but do I really care about the attack of the summoner? Probably not, right? So... we're already open to foul play. Yeah, you know what? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Mass cannon. We're trying to play around foul play now. Like, next turn we've got a Draco Lich coming down. 2 more damage. Yeah. This is awkward for them. I'd have liked to have kept the cannon, but it's just... We basically have our win condition now. It's so clear what we need to do that... You know, how stupid would it be if we get foul played and suddenly this game becomes a lot closer than it has any right to be? But I think maybe they were trying out a deck, like a specific type of deck. But I also feel like they played this like all wrong. They started rushdown, right? They were hitting the core so hard. We went down to, like 10, 12 health. And then they just stopped. And I was like, like, why are you doing, like, they could just ignored us just a sec. Okay, so we're just doing this for damage now, like... Oh, maybe this was a mistake? Because it means that wherever they put down could, But we have some good answers here. Incinerate is difficult for them. 5 cards, one of them is the default, so 4 potential. But they've got to get through the data fuse as well. If they don't have a guardian, then no, okay. Yeah, that was to be expected. So this bat has to kill the Draco Mage, doesn't it? It must do. Yeah. But don't we evolve anyway? We evolve. This is 4. Aren't we off by 1? Oh, that sucks. We're literally off by 1. Yeah, oh man, that really sucks. Put down the second data fuse. I'm not risking it. We were so close to the end of the game. Very disappointing. Oh, maybe there was a way to evolve in such a way that we would have won. I don't think so, though. Yeah, they used everything. They've got no cards in hand. They would... I mean, what could they draw? There's nothing. There's nothing. Skeleton destroys 1. Yeah, the cryo core as well. That's not enough, is it? Skeleton destroys the summoner. Yeah, so they have to destroy each of the summoners. And we've got 3 on deck. But this evolves my summoner. So that can't be right. Yeah, you're going to make me too... No, oh yeah, because of course he evolves too. Yeah, okay. That's kind of cheeky, isn't it? So he's going to be able to pull one of my summons. Oh, that sucks. Really? Not quite sure how I feel about that. So they're going to get the Tree of Vitality. There's no real way of us getting around it, is there? Man, that really sucks. So what have they got? 4 cards? But they can't get to the data extraction either. All I can think, like, in terms of, like, winning this match, I can't think of any 3 cards that could win me this match. No. This is why I'm not a fan of targeted shots. Like, that wasn't really that crazy, was it? So what do we actually have here? Oh, are we off by 1? Seriously? And this has 4, yeah? Okay. We were really off by 1 HP. Maybe I should have just ignored all of this crap. But I mean, they're just holding on for dear life, right? Oh, for goodness sake. I'm actually losing my mind here. So the summoner dies. We were off by 1. 1 attack. 2, 4, 6. Oh, should I save that? Was that a mistake? So they need explosion, explosion. Well, Guardian would win it as well, but that's stretching belief at this point. I mean, you can't keep drawing the nuts, can you? Incinerate. Well, Incinerate was kind of it, wasn't it? So, Skeleton destroys the Draco Lich. What's going on here? Did they give up? But my Draco Lich is still alive. Why didn't you use your default? You could have destroyed the Draco Lich with your zombie. What's going on? Kinda sucks that we drew a foul play though. What are we supposed to do with that thing? Yeah, that was weird. Why didn't you destroy the Draco Lich? Oh, see, I don't know. Like, I really don't know if, like, buggers just come back from work or something. But it just feels like all, like, their play there really... What? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Does that... You have a zombie in your hand. Did they just give up or something? I don't understand that. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. It was a good first game though. You can clearly see like the weaknesses of the deck. He had buildings down. We could not deal with them. Like it's not that fast. Also, we kind of had to waste a cannon on just a basic summon just to deal some damage. That was quite funny. That was cutting it so close. So this deck needs to get faster, basically. We need some way of dealing with buildings, for sure. But then again, I never thought this was going to be like an optimal deck. I just want Lichlock to work. And this kind of works a little bit. It doesn't feel great though, does it? I kind of feel like maybe we played into, you know, foul play a bit too much as well. But we're playing, you know, like a summoner deck. There are going to be times where our board is flooded and we just have to accept we can have 4 or 5 pieces on the board. Kind of a difficult one. You know what, maybe I should just message Bug on Discord and ask what the game plan was there. Even at the end, he had a zombie in his hand, surely. Did he just give up on the game? Did he just not think he was going to win? Strange one, just a sec. Pit Lord Data Bank actually feels quite good. We're starting, so... It feels like a great speculative hand, right? Like we're going to draw into stuff quite well. We'll have to see how they deal with the first Pit Lord. I think that's the most important thing really, is how they deal with the first Pit Lord. You know, Geo Mega and throwing the Pit Lord doesn't feel awful either. But they've got zombies. We're pretty good into zombies though, aren't we? Like, we'd actually like that. So they cycle their zombie then. Wow, they didn't do anything. They've got 5 cards in hand. They didn't cycle it or any. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Okay. Of course, we'll be putting one more in then. I'll put in this in. I suppose I could do it like this. I'm really not that bothered. I don't want to create like a massive board and then have Lasting Terror. That really sucks. That would really suck. I'm kind of okay with this. It kind of sucks that we're giving him a zombie though. I'm not really a fan of that. Well, that's going to evolve anyway, isn't it? Yeah, that's totally going to evolve anyway. Why did I even bother? Oh, I should have attacked with it first. I just cost myself a point of damage there. That was dumb. That was so dumb. I guess I should stop messing around. We're just going to pretend that I was messing around there, right? Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. One, I should have attacked with it first. And two, I'm not entirely sure what I was going for. I was thinking, you know, like, the summoner isn't going to be affected that much. It has 0 attack. Big deal. If you want to, like, foul play this board, I'm okay with that. That's not so bad. Oh, I suppose it does mean you get to the data extraction, which sucks. Yeah. But you've just killed them. Why have you... Is this a new player then? Oh no, you're going to evolve the Bloodlord. I get that much. But the zombie dies. And then my summoner evolves. So you haven't accomplished anything. And my data extraction's about to go off. I think they know they made mistakes. They're just trying to figure out how to fix it. They really wanted to get to that data extraction, I think. But they just kind of like spammed everything at the Pit Lord. And the zombie's going to die. And now my summoner's going to be even stronger. Still not enough to kill the Pit Lord though. Difficult. Yeah, they know they messed up. So they kind of need to play around their foul play. I think this is another... this is going to just be another... Oh my god, I keep forgetting what I'm about to say. There's going to be another time where we're like, well, we can't actually play around foul play all that well, can we? Let's be honest here. Hopefully the summoner gets evolved here. Yeah. Nice. Why didn't that work? Hello? Right. We could probably cycle the Pit Lord as well, if we wanted. I'm thinking more that we might be able to get like a good data extraction. Like if we get another data extraction down, that'd be fantastic. If their next turn doesn't impress us, we can go Lichlock and be even greedier. But if their next turn is like really, really tough, then we can go Pit Lord. I guess it's not so bad either. Dandy Bones. But you haven't got any orbs in the graveyard. Who is this? Is this an AI? What is happening here? You're playing... Okay, look. I think this card has a place, but you don't have any orbs in your... Like, this is a bit confusing, right? Yeah, like... Blaze in touch, man. Blaze in touch, for goodness sake. So, okay. I'm losing my mind here. Oh, I guess I'm also forgetting that stuff evolves. Okay, I'm not impressed so far, so we're gonna go for this. And I'm probably gonna cycle too. I just want to see what options we have. I don't think Pit Lord's it. Geomega might be pretty good here. I'm blown away. Oh, crap. Yeah. We played that really bad, but I think they played that a lot worse. They seemed to forget about Burning Touch, and it just meant that all of their stuff was within kill range all the time. Cannon is such a weird card. I feel really uneasy about having a card that doesn't actually draw me anything or help me in any way. But the versatility of being able to say, well, you know, here's, you know, like my 2/6 Horus, here's 6 damage to your anything, you know. Data Extraction, gone. Weld Tree, gone. Junkyard Salvage, gone. Oh, just a sec, actually. We seem to have almost excessive hand advantage as well. Not even counting Lichlock. Like, Lichlock has barely gone off. But we still have very large hands. I guess it'll be a balancing act. Like, we'll have to fine tune it and get the right amount of card draw versus, you know, board impact. Oh, we might actually get to use. And you know, mech isn't a bad. Yeah. My opponent starts. That's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, mech isn't a bad gene to have Horus into, I think, because they've all got like quite large stats. You know, the default robot that has the 2/2. Just in general, like mech does have like some good stats. And the burn hits before the auto repair does, I think. I'm pretty sure it does. It's more a question of how hard do we want to go in turn 1 and 2. Because with the foul play, I'm not sure if we actually really want to go in that much at all. But if they're not careful and they just leave the Lichlock alone, it could just keep evolving. Are they AFK? I've never played against Nishak either. I don't know who this is. Right now, we've got a temporary rating system. It goes from Bug when he's paying attention on the weekends and hasn't just gotten home from work, and Bug when we played him today and we wondered what on earth was going on. Okay. Oh, he's playing squad. That's alright. So we definitely want Horus then. Aren't they going a bit too heavy here? I feel like this is way too heavy, man. It's kind of weird. This isn't normally how you play squad. Their next turn's going to be really, really strong, though. You can already see it, right? Like, it's going to be really, really strong. Oh. Maybe we should give her the power orb. But she's not going to be able to kill anything anyway. Yeah. We'd only be doing it for card draw. But I'm definitely scared about this next turn. Yeah, it was going to be this or Pandemonium. I imagine there might be a Star Troopers coming out as well. So they're suddenly going to have 4. Centralized orders. This is nowhere near as bad as it could have been. It could have been so much worse. I actually think, like, we're kind of okay with this. It doesn't feel great, but... yeah, the question is more, do I actually want to put food down? Because we're only going to get this far. And we can't kill anything. I feel like we have to throw the summoner down, but it's just pointless, isn't it? Oh, but they've got nothing in the Crow Core. Yeah, I think we have to do this. This is not the best start that Squad has ever had. That's for sure. Very kind of suspect. We take those. The important thing is just Horus gets leveled up more than anything. We'd like to put pressure on them. If only to make them use cards, because they've only got 5 and one of them is their default. So this Selendis is going to be such a problem. They refuse to use their default. Are they going to cycle then or what? Because they just keep bringing this out. What is going on? We might try and sack everything now to foul play. This is getting kind of silly. But Selendis is going to die. Okay, Selendis isn't going to die. What's worth the most? This. It's not far enough. Yeah, it is 2 though. 2's pretty darn good. I think we can Lichlock. They've got a Guardian, but there's nothing behind the Guardian. So... and of course we attack this one because it's got an evolution point and the other one doesn't. So we're also denying them an evolution point, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, the evolution point's going to go on the summoner, which can just, you know, die, which is no good. So they kill their, I call it Captain America, Avenger, Captain Patriot. Yeah, they kill their Patriot and then foul play. No? Oh, well, now I'm just all types are confused. So you attack my Crow? No. No. That was an experience. I suppose we should just call that what it was. That was a very substandard Squad deck that he threw stuff down early and didn't manage it well. So he got evolution points. Horus got bigger than it ever should have gotten, really. And there were no buildings to back it up. Like, that would have been so incredibly difficult if they'd had, like, centralized orders. Suddenly everything's got +1/+1. You know, the board was already kind of irritating anyway, but they were just putting Captain Patriots down. Like, it wasn't going anywhere. You know, it was a little bit strange. I guess, you know, the auto repair at the end, you can kind of see what they were going for. But squad is just capable of so much more than that. I think that was... I don't know, you're not supposed to like trickle bits and pieces just because you have them. Like just putting stuff on the board while you wait for your big turn just means your opponent's going to get, you know, benefit from all the food you're putting down. If you're playing a squad a lot of the time, you want to give your opponent as little as possible until you have the actual tools in your hand. And then you just... Literally, it's just like something comes out the Crow Core, Selendis, Pandemonium. Centralized orders goes down, all your buildings behind a guardian. You know what I mean? Like the board just explodes. Suddenly your whole board is full. 5 mutants, 3 buildings, and your opponent's just like, what the heck? Like, we can't handle that. With this deck, we cannot handle that. That is too much. It's one of the reasons that you can make an argument that the squad is like one of the strongest decks right now. What you don't do is that though. I mean, the squad deck, maybe they just drew bad. So now we are playing kind of like our worst matchup. It should be. Because they're going to play like hyper aggressive. I suppose we keep... Actually, we keep a lot of this. Jubilant Crowd is pretty tempting too. I just don't want to give anything. Oh man, I like quite a lot of our hand. I don't like Draco Mage, but we don't have anything else to put in the Crow Core. Oh, there it is. So I threw the Cycling just as we drew the Pit Lord. I really don't understand this red flames at the bottom of the screen. It's new since the patch, but I'm not sure what it's supposed to achieve. Is it just supposed to say, you know, things are heating up? Also, I kind of think that's a mistake. Kind of. Although, having said that, I mean, we are going to bio-recycle, right? They have got Cryo Core too. Whoa, that's not the right one. Draco Mage would be good here though. I actually don't hate Draco Mage. I'm just waiting for something worth, you know, casting Stasis on. It's really more just a counter card in case something happens. It's not... It's not like I play it every single match. It's kind of like, oh, something's come down. Draco Mage would be awesome. Oh crap, I didn't think of that. That was my own stupidity, honestly, because Cernanos is like the most obvious thing ever that could have come down. On the other hand, there's no food for it, so they'd have to Darwinism here. Yeah, natural selection. But you have to feed. You can't have a Cernos at 2-3. I think we just let ourselves die here. Not, you know what I mean. Yeah, we can't actually do anything about this. Man, that sucks. Maybe we should mass cannon? I don't know. I'm actually not 100% sure what to do. Even the summoner just feels awful here. But we do need to like look like we're doing something, even if it doesn't achieve much. Oh crap, I didn't even think of that. Oh, I'm so stupid today. I really need to wake up, don't I? Okay. Okay, it was all part of the plan. We're just trying to make them think we're idiots. I really should have thought of Cernanos though, because the Draco Mage could have been so useful there. I'm actually kind of irritated they still have 6 cards. They've drawn no cards, but they've just ended up with 6. man, Draco Mage would have been so amazing. I've misplayed this so bad. Damn, we kind of need the Incinerate. Yeah, I think we've just lost this one purely because we didn't use Draco Mage to begin with. This is really going to suck for us. But we also knew this was always going to be a terrible matchup for us. So I can kind of live with it. It's just life in it. And they are down to 2 cards. Oh my god. Well, things are about to get a bit crazy in here, aren't they? I do feel like we have to throw down the data fuses now. We've only got 7 health. Whoa, 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 we're running out of time. Quick, quick, quick. Power Orb. There you go. I mean, Lichlock actually represents 8 damage, which is fantastic. And we've got a Draco Mage, so if they've got a Cernanos coming out, you know, things aren't over yet. Ooh, Kaiju's pretty good. They're really going to want to get to our Cryo Core. They're probably hoping that their default will ping off the data fuses. That's probably the best they could hope for. Yeah. So they got kind of unlucky there. They're going to try again. No, that works for us. Yeah, they really, really want to get to us now. Pit Lord would be fantastic here. I think that Kaiju's dead. I'm not sure. Isn't it? It evolves, but then it's going to unevolve and die, isn't it? Surely. It's going to be down. Yeah. Oh, maybe that was a mistake. So we need 13 damage. Assuming we don't take any damage, of course. Yeah, we should have saved the Darwinism. And then we could have evolved the Draco Mage and tried to take out the Cernanos. Nice. Really? Now that's interesting. So... Oh, you've got it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so you destroy our data fuse. Oh, that is terrible. So they've actually got lethal now. Oh, that is terrible. But it was our fault as well. We should have Draco Liched at the start. We've only got ourselves to blame. Oh, okay. Good game. Really good game. Yeah, it's definitely a middling deck, isn't it? I guess we could try and go into deck builder and improve it in some way. It's just so slow, right? The problem is that this, I don't know, because there's been a patch, but this used to make the game crash a lot. Like, it was really risky to do. It's quite interesting to play this. It kind of makes Lichlock work, but not really. It just needs something in the early game, you know, like some sort of impact. Just feels way, way too short. Oh, maybe the patch actually fixed it. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Oh, it hasn't fixed something. Baron Lundy has disappeared, basically. You know, I don't like using basic cards, but Steam Warlords might be the answer here. Just something for the early game that can threaten. I don't even think Draco Mage is bad. I just think it requires you to anticipate what your opponent's about to do, and for some reason I just did not think of Cernos against Zoo, which is, you know, that's on me 100%. That's really my fault. The only issue with Mystic really is they're not exactly bringing the pain, are they? Yeah, 3/3's no good. Amarok. Something. I'm not sure if it's a lack of cards either. The cards we're missing I don't think would really help us here. I guess Void Turrets would help us get through the early game a little bit. It really wouldn't help us against Zoo that much because they'd still just ping it off and the Void Turret wouldn't do anything. Terra Tower as well. I just think we're in a difficult spot. I mean, our deck just isn't front loaded. I think, oh, Fury Orb is interesting. No. I mean, it's still not enough, is it? Difficult. I think we might have to leave this one here. I just don't know how to fix it. There must be like a great solution. Some way of making it even more threatening, but this is kind of one of the problems that Mystic has all along, is the cards in Mystic aren't, you know, really super, you know, high attack. They take a while to get online. It's a question of buying time. Yeah, I hate the Demon anyway. I think it's one of the substandard generated mutants, mostly because there's a line of mutants that kind of starts with like the 2/2 robot, which, you know, statistical, but you lose health points. And then you get the zombie, which is, you know, again, like, because it's sacrifice ability, it has to attack, basically. And then you get the demon, which is kind of like you go from 2 attack straight up to essentially 2 attack every time it battles something, to demon, which it only ignites something when it attacks. So it basically has 2 attack half the time, kind of, not including armor, but armor very rarely comes into the game. So it's kind of like 1.5 attack. You know, it's worse than the zombie, and the zombie is kind of worse than the robot. In terms of that line of monsters, like, demon's only good on your turn when you can attack with it. When it gets attacked, it's a crappy 1-1. Like, there's just nothing to it. Whereas the summon, at least, like, you can play around it a bit. The actual familiars don't give any evolution points. So I just find it a more interesting card. But neither of them are great. Yeah, maybe we should go the opposite way. Maybe what we actually need to do is just buy more time. Do I incinerate here? I think Fury Orb is kind of interesting because we've got so much health on everything. Fury Orb might actually get us back to parity. I can't find Incinerate now. Half the images are missing. Yeah, it all looks the same to me. Where's Incinerate? Oh, there it is. To be downgrade, I really like the mass cannon though. I don't want to take it out. Power orbs. I mean, I like the draw of power orbs. Obviously, I mean, I love cantrips in general, so it's kind of a weird one. I don't mind changing this a little bit. I really don't think we can like super fix it and make it amazing. It's still going to struggle in certain matchups. We'll take out a little bit of the card draw. It's the only thing I can really think of. Is a little bit of the card draw and maybe Fury Orb. Foul play as well. When you need foul play, you really need it. 3 does feel like too many. Like, it feels awful to have multiple foul plays in hand. But the truth of the matter is just when you need foul play, it's an emergency. You must have foul play in your hand. So 3 copies is okay. Oh, you know what? We'll do this. It's so minor. Like, we've just made a few changes. I've taken out Toxic Leak because we never got to use it anyway. I don't think this deck is ahead until the end, you know? So it's kind of pointless. Toxic Leak is kind of the decks that, you know, can have an advantage on board, but also a little bit of hand advantage. So even if you've got 4 mutants and they've got 3, you can sacrifice a bit of your hand advantage just to keep your momentum going. But we don't have any momentum. Like, this deck doesn't have momentum at all. These definitely aren't massive changes, but I mean, Fury Orb gives you 3 attack. And we have the health. We can definitely afford Fury Orb. Some part of me kind of wanted to take out the cannon and replace it with Fury Orb. In fact, we might do that eventually. It's kind of silly. It's just Lichlock is just something that I would really like to make work, and I'm just kind of fixated on it. And you know, work's over for today. I've got an hour or 2 just to kind of be in the lab tinkering, trying to come up with something. Our record is actually 3 wins and 1 loss, so we're winning, but the level of play hasn't been that high, even in the match that we lost. You know, like, our level of play was dismal. But I don't really want to just play like optimal stuff all the time. It just gets a bit, you know. Which is kind of why I record these. Like, I recorded when I first tried each of the genes because I thought it was interesting. I recorded Mech Blades because, again, I was kind of like, well, this is like a unique twist, you know. Though it didn't quite go in the way that I expected. Wow, there's no one online. I wanted 1 more match. I think 5 matches is a good number. And you know, 4-1 feels like quite definitive. Like, okay, this is workable. Like, there are things we can do here. It'll probably never be top tier, but like, this is a deck that we can play on days where we just want to relax with something a little bit different. I love playing Mystic as well. It's like this weird masochistic streak where I really, really love playing Mystic, even though I know full well, like, Horus really is too niche, you know? In some situations, Horus is amazing. Those situations aren't common enough. You know, your card slots are valuable. You need to be able to do more with each card slot. Now that we've got Horus and Incinerate, we've got massive amounts of board clear. I think everyone's scared, man. I think they know what we're bringing to the table, and they're just like, oh no, I don't want 15-minute long matches against this guy. Maybe it's bugged, I don't know. I've never had to wait this long for a match before. PvP Arena is normally really good. It's the 3v1 that takes ages. Like, I've waited like 15, 17 minutes for a 3v1 match before. Never this long for PvP. That's a relief. I've got to be honest with you, I ran out of small talk ages ago. I'm just saying random stuff now. I'm not like a big talker or anything. Oh, didn't we just lose to this player? So... oh no, we played them earlier, did we? The name's familiar. We might have played them earlier. I'm tired from work. You know, I'm really tired. I don't know. But we only want the Fury Orb when we've got Lichlock or Horus. Jubilant crowds. Oh, my opponent starts as well. I really struggle to get rid of Darwinism. It's just a thing. I can't not keep Darwinism. I find it super useful in a lot of situations. Although not as much with Mystic, which is feels kind of strange to me. Oh wow. So they've just discarded their default monster. They didn't do anything with that. Oh, I mean, I don't want to waste an opportunity, so I feel like I do have to do this. But it does feel like a waste as well. Like, we're kind of giving 3 evolution points over for no reason here. Or maybe not, actually. Yeah, there you go. We could use the cannon as well. So Pit Lord, but we've got no data extraction in hand. Oh wow. Bones. Instead, okay. But they're playing. Aren't they playing zombie? Have I got my Cryocores confused? I must have my Cryocores confused, right? Because I thought this was the zombie Cryocore. Doesn't the skeleton one, the ossuary one, have like horns on it? I guess now it's more a question of like, do we want to evolve it or not? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of confusing. Because I want a Fury Orb and thingy, but I kind of don't. Yeah. Let's just do it like this. Oh, I should have done that the other way around. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have attacked with the Pit Lord if I was going to do it like that. I've got to be honest, I kind of didn't care. I'm a little bit over it. Nah, because you can destroy the Devourer anyway. Yeah, just take it. It's fine. So they destroy us, and then our Pit Lord comes down. No, they're not going to attack this. Probably Zombie Power Orb or Explosion. Yeah, Explosion Baron Lundy. They not like using their default characters. Like, they're not even cycling it though. Like, they've got a zombie in hand and then they're not cycling. Oh, I don't know about this. Because you're keeping all the food on the table, really. If we can turn this around, you'd be in such trouble. And that's what we're going to do, right? Like... You know what? This Fury Orb is more useful than I realised. This is kind of shocking, isn't it? Just how useful this is. One more time. We're just giving... Yeah, actually. It kind of does make a difference, that's the thing. I'm just trying to find something to put in the cryo core now. Oh wow, we can mass cannon into foul play. That's awesome. I mean, it's kind of pointless, but it's still awesome. Oh, really? What are they doing? I'm so confused. Murgle is a broken card, but I don't understand what this is. So we'd actually like them to attack with the Bloodlord here. Why are you doing that? Some people. We're kind of drawing a little bit bad as well. They've got no cards. I mean, they've just played weird, haven't they? Am I going to mass cannon this Bloodlord? I am, aren't I? Clearly I am. Ooh. Oh, okay. The only bright side to this is at least we are drawing all our rubbish now. So hopefully that means we'll get the good stuff later. 3 copies of Foul Play and 2 of Genetic Cycling definitely isn't what I wanted. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble now for sure. Well, kind of. Their deck is nothing. It's just basic monsters. I mean, this does feel familiar, right? We definitely played them earlier. I was expecting more than this, though. Do we actually cycle the summoner here? I really, really just want to mash things now. Yeah, like the Guardian, kind of, if we could just get rid of stuff. Maybe I should have taken it on the familiars and then kept my Draco Mage at full health. So we actually want them to destroy something here because we've got Horus in the chamber. And so far they've shown no ability to actually deal with Horus. So you attack the summoner. Okay. Why? Why this? You have a glutton in your discard. What? Oh yeah, I evolved. Oh, whatever. I'm kind of over this a bit. Like, I'm all for playing someone really good, but what on earth is this? Oh, don't you have stasis? Where's the stasis? I cast stasis on you, didn't I? I did cast stasis, right? I'm not imagining that. I definitely cast stasis on you. Okay, I should have cycled earlier because I kind of already knew I wasn't gonna get the summoner. Yeah, because we kind of drew a lot of the stuff that we didn't want early on. Our draws are okay now. Lichlock Darwinism isn't too bad. 3 copies of foul play is ridiculous. I can't remember what the zoo heroic is, but they've clearly got it, right? Did we? I mean, we did play them earlier. I just can't remember them doing anything. Basically, this is ridiculous. We kind of have to put this down just because of card space. So, oh yeah, it's Solarian, isn't it? I remember. Okay, so they're gonna have an AOE heroic coming out very, very soon. Having a wide board. It's hard to tell with Solarian and Lamperian. Something like that, innit? For goodness sake. Okay. Yeah, we want to spread it because Solarian doesn't actually space out so that everything does exactly exactly the same amount of damage. It divides it by 5. So even stuff that is like these rubbishy 1/1 familiars is still gonna get good value. Oh, the forgotten one. Oh, for goodness sake! Why on earth am I talking about Zoo? Yeah, I get it. Haven't we reached a point where we just ignore you though? How much damage are we talking? 3. That's impressive. Should we just do that then? Yeah, should we just do that? Okay. Yeah, I'm trying not to have the Lichlock killed yet because I don't want the Bloodlord to evolve. Do this though. There you go. Kind of anticlimactic that we had to play this match last. I mean, it's just basic monsters just being summoned one after another. This is kind of silly, isn't it? You do have burning on you though. Yeah. So the bat will kill something and Forgotten One will survive 1 turn longer, but then we kill it. Oh man, this is kind of that point where you're like, well, why should I do anything? That's true, actually. Okay. I could have just killed the Forgotten One, but instead I insist on doing it this way. Ridiculous. makes me smile just a bit too much just to completely ignore everything. Should we tilt them and use Into the Void? That's BS. Should we do it? Oh, that's cruel. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I mean, we were already gonna win. It's just cruel to do that to someone, isn't it? But what are they doing? Like, I refuse to believe this is a human being at this point. Just mindlessly, like, putting down basic monsters. Like, why are you doing that? You know, what is that achieving? And we were playing them earlier, so they had every opportunity to come up with, like, a game plan. You know, they've played a few matches by now, right? Yeah. I really don't know what to make of that. Like, that's not very fun, is it? That's not fun to play, and it's not fun to play against. I guess we were 4 wins and 1 loss. Just a shame to end it like that, but I can't play all day, I guess. Fun until the end one. It's a shame. Like, that's just life, innit? Like, you can't play. I don't know. It's not ranked. It's not ranked. So I guess I'm just being way too serious about the game. Yeah, no worries.